Alright, turn the corner and there's the walls of the Vatican City and parts of the Vatican City up on the hill behind the wall. And a couple more blocks and we'll be to where the entrance is. So this is the queue to get into the Vatican. And we tried to buy tickets 2 weeks ago online, but they were sold out. Come to find out, people buy them, locals buy them ahead of time, and then go around and try to sell them for an inflated price, kind of like. So this is the line to get into the queue. So if you have a ticket, you get in this line, then you can get up to the end of this line and get into the queue. So we're walking towards St. Peter's Basilica, and these are the walls that keep everybody out of the Vatican. They are high walls, and it goes all the way around the Vatican City. The only way in is through an entrance, and we're going to head to St. Peter's Basilica and see how that is. It's probably got 10,000 people there too. That's free to get in, but everyone wants to get in, and it's probably worse than the Vatican to get in. Up ahead of the arches, which lead to the piazza, where the St. Peter's Basilica is. And I'm sure there's a line there too. So we'll wait in this line and then get in through those arches and see how busy it is inside. So, in through the arches, and here's what we encountered. A sea of people waiting to get in. But before they open the doors, they have a mass every morning in front of St. Peter's Basilica. So I don't know how many people are here for the mass, but most of them are here to try to get into the Basilica. And if you waited in this crowd, it would probably take you pretty much a good part, if not all day, to finally get in. But the piazza here is gigantic. It's huge. The Italians or Romans didn't mess around when they built churches and piazzas. They are enormous. So we're going to move on and maybe see if it's not so busy later today, although I doubt it. So we're going to head to Piazza Navona. Here's a view from outside of the queue, outside of the piazza, looking back towards the St. Peter's Basilica, and we'll turn around and head towards Piazza Navona. On with the day. Okay, so we're off to Sant'Angelo Castle, and we'll be there in about 15 minutes. Stroll along here, and we'll see you there. Okay, here we are at the Tiber River, and there's Castel Sant'Angelo, and the bridges across the river. And this is looking back down towards where you would find Trevi Fountain and Colosseum eventually on the other side of the river over there. There's Sant'Angelo Castle from across the bridge.
Oh yeah, it's one page.
And we're going to stroll down this little alleyway to Piazza Navona for the big fountain, and then we'll grab some lunch a little after that. So we found walking down these streets that they are narrow and the tall buildings provide a lot of shade. So we're always trying to walk down streets that are going north-south, I guess, so that the sun doesn't shine down on us. You get a little bit of shade. So every so often we would find a church along the way. We would duck inside to cool off and rest our feet for a bit. And when it comes to churches, the Catholic Church did not mess around. These things are enormous and so detailed. All these side altars and all the stonework and how tall these things are. It must be 60 feet inside, the height, supported by these columns, and have been around for hundreds of years, and still on the inside looks just as gorgeous as the day they finished building it. The outsides show a little wear, but okay, here it is, Piazza Navona, famous for its 3 fountains, and it was originally a place where Roman games went on, or Greek games, and people came to watch the games before there were fountains here. The first fountain at this end is Fontana di Neptune, the Neptune fountain. Not the biggest one here, there's a smaller one at each end, each one representing a different culture. This is representing the Greek god Neptune for the Greek culture, and at the other end is one that represents the Moorish culture. Beautiful fountains, beautiful artwork.
They have lots of good places here, but they're very expensive.
Probably. It's all the tourist pricing here. And in the center of Piazza Navona is the biggest fountain of all. The big fountain is Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, Fountain of the Four Rivers. It was designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini in 1651 for Pope Innocent X. Features four river gods representing the Nile, the Danube, and the Rio de Plata. It was commissioned by the Pope to symbolize the spread of Christianity across the continents.
When traveling through Rome, you'll come across large plazas. A lot of them have these water fountains in them. Some are large, some are small, or some are just straight up in the air, which you'll see in some of our other videos. These statues were carved many years ago. They look like they were just carved out recently. It's so well kept. As you can see, there's a lot of people. It was a tourist day, very hot outside, and I just wanted to jump in the fountain every time I saw it, but you can't because they don't let you. But anyways, I love this area. It was wide open. The buildings are gorgeous. The architecture is very elegant.
Okay, this is the Church of St. Agnes. And if you thought the last neighborhood church was something, get a load of this one. It's probably, I don't know, 100 feet, 80 feet, 100 feet to the top of that dome. This is beautiful. So just watch this video clip of inside this church and just watch it in wonder of what it took to build this thing. Without the technology we have today, without machinery, just handwork to make this. This is the third fountain in the piazza. This fountain is representing the Moorish gods. can see, Piazza Navona is quite large. It's probably close to a half a mile from one end to the other. You gotta watch out, cars come out of nowhere too, so they are careful, but you gotta watch for them. And here's Fontana di Pantheon, which is in the piazza in front of the Pantheon. And there it is, the Pantheon. It is ginormous. If you stood in front of the columns, you can see the people standing up there, how small they are in front of those columns. It is quite the sight. And not too crowded, like I was expecting, like crowds of people. On our way, after getting some gelato, on our way to Trevi Fountain.
Look at Trevi Fountain. It's absolutely gorgeous. All the statues, everything carved by hand. They change the water out twice a week. Notice the crowd. You had to stand in line to go near the fountain, and they only let in so many people at a time. The water's crystal clear. It was a very hot day this day. I just wanted to jump right in. I waited a long time to come and see this beautiful fountain. If you have a chance, get there.
Okay, recap for the day in Rome. We saw everything on the list. Walked about 4 miles. We're only a couple hundred yards from our Airbnb. We're gonna stop and take showers when we get there. A little relaxing. Go down to the restaurant we ate at last night. Get some hors d'oeuvres, and then go back up to our room and have a nice dinner. Do some video stuff and relax.
Yeah, thank
Tomorrow.
God for these little cloth things we got on the train.
And the little water fountains around the city.
Yes.
The water comes out just so cold and so pure. It's ideal. So, tomorrow will be another day like today. We got the Colosseum and Trevi Fountain at night and everything in between. So, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao. Prego.
Prego.
Whatever.
Prego.